author and nutritionist Robert Ferguson. Please welcome Robert Ferguson.
All right, y'all, let's hear it for America's Fat Loss Coach, Robert Ferguson!
Hey, this is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. We are going live. And if you're catching the replay, then hey, treat it like it's alive because the energy's up. Man, I am really excited to share with you this study that, we're talking conclusive. It demonstrates how improving your gut health, improving your microbiome, your gut microbiome, can improve your blood sugar. We're talking about your hemoglobin A1C. Now, if you are a type 2 diabetic, which is over 30 million people in the United States, if you are a pre-diabetic, which is almost 100 million people, and about, they say about 80 million of those people don't even know it. So if you're an adult, if you care about your health at all, what I'm about to share with you is information that, well, it can help you. And for those of you who are coaches, especially my coaches, we're going to talk about this in our next coach training. And I'm going to share with you guys the study, but everyone would benefit from knowing what I'm going to share with you. I knew about this study, but I didn't do a deep dive on it. And with the challenges of the weather, being trapped or stuck inside, I had some time to do a deep dive on this study, and it just blows my mind. Anyone who wants to understand the relationship between better health and improving their gut, pay close attention. Now, if you're here for the first time, I want to say thank you for being here. If you have not gone to our YouTube channel, I want to invite you to do that, and make sure you like and subscribe. And if you have questions as we spend time together, then hey, keep your questions coming. Even though I have a specific focus on what I want to share with you today, that does not mean that you can't ask questions about other things, okay? Because I welcome all questions. So if you have any questions about fitness, about nutrition, about health, bring it because we can talk about it. Okay. All right, we got Sandy here. I'm glad you caught me live there, Sandy. The title, again, of our time together is Improve Your Gut, Improve Your Sugar. We're talking about your blood sugar. And this is relative to everybody, anyone who is thinking about being healthy. And if you are wanting to lose weight and maybe you're having a tough time with that, again, improving your gut, we know conclusively that as your gut is healthier and you don't have an imbalance, then you absorb calories and nutrients better, you burn calories more efficiently, you have a better chance of reversing insulin resistance, everything gets better. Now, everything that I'm sharing with you today is brought to you by the Detox Drop. If you want to learn more about it, I have provided links. The Detox Drop is good. It's something that can help a person if they want to break a stall, if they just want some structure, if they want to kind of jumpstart some things. I watched a client, actually 3 clients in the last few days use the Detox Drop. Man, very impressive what I've seen. So I'm happy about it. And if you want to learn more about it, you can. If you want to learn more about any of our programs, to include our 8-week fat loss challenge, you can go to the links provided or just go to dietforyourlife.com and you can learn more. Now let's get into it. Okay. Now you can look this up if you want. Okay. The study, and I'll come back to it and reference it, before we're done. But the title of it, as it came across, and it's been out there for a few years, is High Fiber Foods May Boost Gut Bacteria to Control Diabetes. Now, that may not get your attention. That's why I said this is all about if you improve your gut, you improve your ability to have better fasting glucose. You can also go to PubMed. You can go and do a deep dive there, which is where I went and not just read the abstracts. I actually went deep into it. And again, you can go to there's some science related articles out there and you can read and learn more about it. But I'm going to walk you through it. Okay. So this is how it went. You can take notes. And if you have questions along the way, then feel free to ask questions. I don't have any slides to show you, so I'm going to have to walk you through it. I'm going to go slow. And it'll probably take me about 10 minutes to do this, okay, at the most. So this is how they did it. This professor and his team, they, number one, they took a bunch of diabetics, type 2 diabetics, and they divided them into 2 groups, which is a randomized trial, which is awesome. Group 1, they had them eat what they call a standard diabetic diet. Group 2, they had them go with a high prebiotic or high fiber, like they ate way more fiber, fruits and vegetables. We're talking apples, asparagus, bananas, berries, leafy greens, legumes, beans, onions, tomatoes, potatoes, oats, kiwi fruits, sweet potatoes, carrots. So they ate a lot of fruits and vegetables. Okay, they had them kind of like the way we do with the Diet Free Life methodology, right? So if you're going protein and slow carbs, or even if you're having some fast carbs, but you're still getting in a slow carb, people complain sometimes, I'm eating a lot of more vegetables I ever ate my whole life. Well, I also see that the waistline gets better. I've seen amazing things happen with people's health. Okay, so one group just kind of went with the standard way of eating. The other group, they went with what I just described. Now, here's 2 things that you want to know about the way they had them eat. Okay, even though they were broken up into 2 groups and they followed 2 different ways of eating. The way they ate, it was all isocaloric, meaning the same amount of calories for each group. So this was a real scientific study. And they also matched the macros or the macronutrients, right? So if the group on the left had 20 grams of protein in a meal, the group on the right had 20 grams of protein. Everything was equal. Okay. They also checked their microbiome before, during, and after. And this study went on for almost 90 days, okay, about 84 days. And they were checking them the entire time. And when they're checking the microbiome, they're looking at the microbiome so they have a baseline. Did it look good? Did it not look good? But there was a significant interest of this short chain fatty acid called butyrate. And butyrate is very, very, very important when it comes to gut health. Okay, it's a short chain fatty acid, and you get it by eating a variety of fruits and vegetables, okay, to include whole grains, etc. Now, immediately when they had the group that was eating more fiber, with that group, they noticed really quick that they had really high levels of butyrate compared to the other group. Well, pretty obvious, you could expect that, but they were checking the butyrate levels. And then they also measured GLP-1. Now, you've heard me talk about that because GLP-1 is a hormone that when it's elevated, you're not hungry. There's a whole bunch of benefits that go with it. And so a lot of these popular weight loss drugs, they are agonists, right? They're synthetic. They act like GLP-1, and that's where they claim to get all these benefits. Well, you can naturally increase your GLP-1 just by using food. And so we now know through this study that when butyrate levels are up, you also stimulate more GLP-1. That's powerful. Now, if you don't know what GLP-1 is, you can ask me questions. I can point you in a direction. I'm actually writing an article / paper on GLP-1 because we have it for people who have done, if you've done the detox drop, you learn about GLP-1 and how you can eat in order to elevate GLP-1. Now, when they looked at the people, okay, because they wanted to see the effect on the people, after 28 days, they noticed real fast that the people who were eating way more of the prebiotic, the high fiber group, their hemoglobin A1C had come down. They saw it come down at the 28-day mark, the 56-day mark, and the 84-day mark, and it was significant. It was statistically significant. The difference was huge, right? So at this point, the take home would be, okay, if I eat a lot of my meals, if you follow our methodology, protein and slow carbs, and I mix it up, then I'm going to see some of these major improvements. Yes, that's the easy way to do it, okay? Because you want to have structure. So you can still have some fast carbs, but this is going to help. Now, butyrate is going to go up. So we know that. The high fiber way of eating is going to produce more GLP-1. And again, with butyrate, that also equates to higher GLP-1. So that's why we're saying that's happening. And then most of the people, okay, not only did you see their blood sugar get better, but they lost more weight, they had better lipids, and again, they had better fasting glucose. Okay. Now, someone asked a question before I give you because this is all really cool what I just shared, but what I'm about, the ending of this thing is going to blow your mind. Now, someone asked a question, what is GOP1? It's GLP-1. It's an incretin. It's a hormone that lives inside of our gut. Okay, it gets secreted in our gut, and certain things will cause it to secrete. And when it's elevated, you don't feel hungry. Everything just, there's so many things that get better, and that's why those drugs, they're mimicking GLP-1, and you have receptors all over the body, so it can be real confusing. I don't want to confuse you, but think of it as a positive hormone that is elevated when you are eating the way I'm talking about. And when the GLP-1 is up, which we know by consuming the foods that we're talking about, butyrate is helping to drive all of that, we're going to have better fasting glucose. Okay? GLP-1. No, it's just GLP-1. It's not GOP-1. It's GLP-1. Okay. Now here is the home run. And this is the proof that demonstrates how the microbiome is positively impacting your glucose when you eat the way we're talking about eating. Okay. What they did is they did a fecal transplant with the groups before they actually started this whole study and after they started the study. Now, keep in mind, we also know that they had a more diverse gut at the end of the study. So when they had the people eating more fruits and vegetables and all these positive things, their gut was healthier across the board. So they had taken fecal matter from the people before they started and after they started. And then what they did, which is really common, they took germ-free mice and they implanted this fecal matter. So basically think of, they take the gut microbiome of the people before they started this study, and then they took it from the people after the study, implanted it in these germ-free mice, and unbelievable. What happened is the mice, because they will take on the microbiome that's implanted into them, they had really good fasting and postprandial glucose levels, meaning when they woke up in the morning, their glucose levels were great. When they ate food, they noticed that their glucose levels came back down really fast. Unbelievable. So when people say that the gut doesn't matter, just another example of how important taking care of your gut is. If you eat the way we encourage you to eat, we know for a fact that you improve your gut health. When you guys, some of you were doing the detox drop, or if someone does the detox drop, there's a certain yogurt that we recommend that we know helps to improve certain bacteria in the gut. Same as the supplements that come with the detox drop. They're helping to improve that part of your gut. And the way you're eating to drive up GLP-1. You're also eating where we're getting the butyrate, which is helping to drive up GLP-1. And that's why a lot of you who have done this, you notice that when you did the detox, you weren't hungry. Like, wow, I really wasn't hungry. I had plenty of food. I was good. I was satisfied. Didn't even really feel like a detox, because most people think a detox is something that you got to feel deprived and restricted and hungry all the time. But at the end of the day, here's my take home for you guys. Eat your fruits, eat your vegetables. I can't tell you how many times I hear people telling me, especially new clients, they're just confused because I have them eating fruit. And they're like, well, should I be eating this much sugar? because someone in their past has told them or had them believing that fruit has too much sugar. Whereas we're scientifically validated and clinically proven, meaning the people who go with our program, we're getting what, 92% of the people we work with that used to be type 2 diabetic are no longer type 2 diabetic. That's 9 out of 10 people. 87% who were taking metformin are no longer taking metformin. 80% who were taking blood pressure medication are not. And these people are eating fruit. We're eating potatoes. We're eating breads. Because when you learn how to eat foods in the right combinations and proportion, right, the amounts, you're satisfied, you're happy, you're enjoying what you're eating, you can get these kind of results. And everything that we are recommending is based on our first laying down the importance of your gut health. So there you have it. Any questions for me before I say goodbye? And for those of you who are not eating a variety of food, and I know sometimes we don't want to cook food, and sometimes like I'm tired and you just want to pick up something. Every time you cook, every time you eat foods closer to nature, you're nurturing your overall health. And we're talking about the gut. And in the words of Hippocrates, he said, all disease begins in the gut. And he also said, let thy food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. See, we have a course that I'm getting ready to launch called Food as Medicine course. And I created it, FAM course, because I wanted to make something available for people to take a course and to learn about nutrition and how to use nutrition to improve all parts of their health. And then people can learn more about how they can become a coach, right? A nutritionist, weight loss coach with us, if they want it. But the FAM course is not something where, you know, you go through it and then you go through it just so you can go and teach it. Now, if you're a coach, then you could actually teach it, right? We have a little curriculum that we're almost done with that you can then teach to groups who want to learn about food as medicine. Yeah, exciting times. I'm really excited about it. Okay. Anyway, you guys, thank you for listening. Please share. Thank you for being here. Go to our YouTube page. Make sure you like, subscribe. And to the next one. And if you're catching this on August 21st, a Monday, at around 6:30, sometime between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to have a conversation with one of our clients and new coach, Linda Jackson, and we're going to talk about how she went from 249 pounds to 139 pounds and how she got off blood pressure medication, got off statins, got off a few other things, and is saving money because she decided to become a client. She literally is saving money because she don't got to pay no money for these meds. And if you don't got to pay money for meds, that's a savings. And then she just takes part of that savings and hires me as her coach. That makes total sense. So anyway, eat your fruits and vegetables, you guys. Gut health improves overall health, or it's equated to overall health. Okay? Until the next one. Peace.